What about a problem? Sorry about that. What about a problem involving angle addition postulate? Okay, so given measure of angle ABZ is 2x squared minus 7x minus 31. So I always like to label my diagrams so I know what angles I'm talking about. So this part right here is 2x squared minus 7x minus 31. All right, ZBC, say that 10 times fast, ZBC is, this right here, is 9 minus 8x. And the measure of angle ABC, which is the entire angle, so this right here is the entire angle, or the whole, is x squared minus 8x plus 38. All right, find the measure of the smallest angle. So this is part plus part equals whole. The first part was ABZ, which was 2x squared minus 7x minus 31. Second part was ZBC, which was 9 minus 8x. And that equals the whole, which was x squared minus 8x plus 38. Okay? So from here, I got to combine like terms before I get this quadratic set equal to 0. All right, so the left-hand side is going to become 2x squared minus 15x plus 22, or sorry, minus 22 equals x squared minus 8x plus 38. Okay? So from here, since it's a quadratic, we have to remember to get it set equal to 0. So I'm going to move everything from the right-hand side over to the left-hand side. That way my a value stays positive. So I'm going to, sorry, left-handed, so that sometimes pops up. Subtract x squared, add 8x, subtract 38. All right, when I do that, I'm going to get x squared minus 7x minus 60 equals 0. So from here, I'm asking myself, what multiplies to give me negative 60 and adds to give me negative 7? Might not know that right off the top of my head, but I can start to guess and check and start to list the factors of 60. I'm just going to do this off to the side. And 6 and 10, I think that's it. And then I start to ask myself, how can I combine any of these to give me that middle term of negative 7? Well, yeah, if I do negative 12 plus 5, all right, that will give me negative 7. And if I multiply negative 12 times 5, that's going to give me negative 60. So this is going to factor into x minus 12 times x plus 5. All right, don't forget to keep your equals 0 there. It is an equation. So after solving it, turns out x is equal to 12 and x is equal to negative 5. All right, the question was find the measure of the smallest angle. So if x equals 12, the measure of angle ABZ will equal, so now I'm just going to take that 12 and I'm going to plug it in every time I see an x. Okay, measure of angle ABZ is going to be 173. The measure of angle ZBC is going to equal negative 87. All right, this is where geometry is going to take these quadratics to the next step, because not only are we solving the quadratic, but now we got to plug it back in and see what our answers are. All right, if I plug in 12 every time I see an x, one of my angles is going to be negative, and that's impossible. An angle cannot have negative measure. Okay, so that means x equals 12, I can't even use that as an option. No good. X equals 12 will not work. Excuse me. So now we got to check x equals negative 5. If x equals negative 5, the measure of angle ABZ will equal, and I'm just going to plug in negative 5 every time I see an x. Measure of angle ABZ will be 54 degrees. And the measure of angle ZBC will be 49 degrees. All right. Both of those are positive, and if I add a positive and a positive, that will give me a positive. So I know that the entire angle ABC, will also be positive. The measure of the smallest angle is going to be the measure of angle ZBC. Okay, so not only do we have to solve a quadratic correctly, but we have to plug it in, analyze our answer, and make sure we have the correct x. Okay, there may be some times where we have to cross out one of the x's. There may be sometimes that both x's work, and there could be two different scenarios, two different angles that satisfy this equation. Okay, so it's very important. We have to check all our work and make sure if we're talking about segments and angles, we are not getting a negative answer. All right. So that's how we do something with like a quadratic and our angle addition postulate or segment addition postulate. The big thing, check those x's. Make sure you don't have any negative segments or angles. Okay, so now I would invite you to please pause the video, try these 3 you try now problems. All right, so there are the first 2. Pause the video and try those out. And then there's the last one. All right, the answers are in the bottom right-hand corner for you to look at, but I will also show my work after you pause the video. All right, so there's my work for the first 2. Jot down any questions you have so you can bring those to the next time we talk face-to-face. And then here's the work for number 3. Okay, and number 3, another quadratic. In this case, both x's work. So we have to choose the x that's going to give us the largest possible length of AC. So that's why we chose x to be -3. Let me know if you have any questions. Other than that, have a fantastic day.